Mataji.
Hare
It's a
Krishna.
long time.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for this nourishing recitation of the Manglacharan. So, we are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 3, Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is Further Inquiries by Vidura.
Hare Krishna is chapter 3, Kritika. Oh, sorry.
Chapter 3.
Canto 3, chapter 7.
Canto
Yes.
3.
Yeah.
Canto 3, Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is Further Inquiries by Vidura, and the text for today is text 18. So I hand over to you, Mataji, if you would like us to read any text, any purpose, please kindly tell us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, everyone, for attending today, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to purify myself and my Vani, my words, my speech. Thank you. And as one of the Prabhuji, I forgot his name, on the Sangha, he said, when we are giving these classes, it's not for others, it's for ourselves. We learn more, we do research more, and we acquire more knowledge. So thank you. And I will start by some prayers, and then we can see what we can get out of this beautiful verse. Right? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Krishna Das Swami Iti Namine Namaste. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadi Satarine Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Dina Taranam Ramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Shunmatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Savana Kirtanaha Hirdayantasto Bhadrani Vidhunoti Suritsatam Nashtaprayasha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavate Tam Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha Rajo sanadasva pavarga vartamani Sradharathir bhakti anukramishyate. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we will deal with what is this? Text 18, which is here, and it goes Artha bhavam vinischitya pratitaschapi natmanaha tam chapi yusmak charana sevayaham paranude. And we can go with a word to word also because it's not a lot. So Artha.
Mataji, can we also learn the Sanskrit?
Sorry?
Can we recite the line after you?
Okay. Artha abhavam.
Artha bhavam.
Without substance.
Without substance.
Substance.
Vinischitya. Being ascertained.
Being ascertained.
Pratitasya. Of the apparent values.
Of the apparent values.
Api also. No, never.
Never.
Atmanaha. Of the self.
Of the self.
Tam. That. Cha. Also. Api. Thus. Yasmat. Yo. Charana. Feet. Sevaya. By service. Aham. Myself. Paranude. Shall be able to give up. Translation. Anybody want to read the translation?
I can read, Mataji.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I would like to even acknowledge the presence of Gurudev. He has joined the group, so thank you very much. Please feel welcome. Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. But my dear sir, I am obliged to you because now I can understand that this material manifestation is without substance. Although it appears real, I am confident that by serving your feet, it will be possible for me to give up the false idea. Hare Krishna. Do we have a volunteer for the purport? Eastern Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. It's a new purpose. Purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The sufferings of the conditioned soul are superficial and have no intrinsic value, like the cutting off one's head in a dream. Yet, although this statement is theoretically very true, it is very difficult for the common man or the neophyte on the transcendental path to realize practically. However, by serving the feet of great transcendentalists like Maitreya Muni and by constantly associating with them, one is enabled to give up the false idea that the soul suffers from material pangs. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. I will leave this translation here because we will come back to I think 2-3 times I will come back to it. So thank you everybody. Thank you for reading so nicely. So this is a continuation. We know after Lord Krishna left this material world, Vidura, who he went on pilgrimage during the Kurukshetra war, he didn't want to take part in that ghastly war because he could see that on both sides they were his relative. So he left. And because he was insulted also by Duryodhana, so he left. And then while roaming around after the war, after Lord Krishna has left this material world, Vidura, he met Uddhava on the bank of the Yamuna river. And from him, he learned that Lord Krishna has already left this material world. And when he was trying to speak to Uddhava, he could not talk to Vidura due to like emotional distress. He was so distressed after Krishna left this material world, he couldn't even talk. So he asked Vidura to meet Maitreya Muni, and who would be able to talk about the departure of Lord Krishna from this material world, and would be able to explain to Vidura about that departure. So we see in the previous chapters and through different verses, we have learned a lot about the conversation between these two great personalities like Maitreya Muni and Vidura, right? It has been coming. And in this text, we see Vidura is inquiring further from Maitreya Muni, and he says that, but my dear sir, I am obliged to you because now I can understand that this material manifestation is without substance. So this word substance is a big word. We will discuss about it. So although it appears real, right? This world appears real, but it has no substance. I am confident that by serving your feet, it will be possible for me to give up the false idea, right? So we see that a person like Vidura is saying that now he realized that this material manifestation is without substance, and by serving the lotus feet of the spiritual master, of Maitreya Muni, whom he has taken as his spiritual master, Vidura would be able to give up false idea. Now, Vidura, he is not an ordinary person. He was Yamraj himself, a Mahabhagavata. And if he thinks in such a way, how should we think then? He said, if I serve your feet, it will be possible for me to give up the false idea. He knows everything, right? But we don't know anything. But we think that we know everything. So as I said, Vidura, he accepted Maitreya Muni as his spiritual master. Here we see how a sincere disciple, he remains indebted to the spiritual master. He remains grateful life after life. He shows his gratitude by serving the spiritual master to whatever capacity he can, right? And he always wants to remain under the shelter of the lotus feet of his spiritual master. This is something that we should keep in mind. If we take the shelter of the spiritual master, no matter what, we have to adhere to the rules and regulations that he put through, right? Sometimes our spiritual master is no more in this material world, but still we remember his instructions. We remember what he told us, what he taught us. We still serve him through his Vani. Bapu Seva is also great. We get contact with them, but when they are not around, their Vani is still there, right? So, yes, why is a disciple so indebted? Because their spiritual master makes him understand what is absolute truth, what are the sufferings, what they are, what we are, what is real, what is not real. Like that, there are so many aspects of life that the spiritual master very kindly, very mercifully teaches the disciple, to a sincere disciple, right? Okay, anybody can become a disciple of a bona fide spiritual master, anyone, right? But the spiritual master will have to check. Similarly, we check who is a good spiritual master. Does it come in our disciplic succession in the Guru Parampara system? So a spiritual master, without discrimination, he will give very kindly, he will give all kinds of knowledge for free. He will not charge anything. Like Srila Prabhupada, he has given us his knowledge, his great, vast knowledge, freely to the whole world, right? Without discrimination. He didn't say, oh, you are not Indian, you are American, you're Chinese, you're French, or whoever you are. He gave to everyone. So, and we know he took so much hardship in order to spread the message of the Lord, right? In order to teach us what is absolute truth. Because here, this material manifestation is without substance, as it is said here. There's without substance, right? So as Vidura stated in the verse, so where is a substance? Or what is a substance? That information is given to us by the spiritual master. He reveals it to those sincere devotees who want to know about it, right? So also, I would like to explain this word substance. We may not know what is it, what does it mean? Srila Prabhupada explained in one of his talks, excuse me, in this world of duality, there is a difference between the name water and the substance water. The word water is different from the substance water. And he says, suppose we are thirsty. If we simply say water, 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 we cannot quench our thirst. We will have to have the substance water. Until we take the actual water we drink, we will still be thirsty, right? So we will have the substance of water until we take it. So this here, and this is a material world. This is material what we're talking about. But spiritually, the name Krishna and Krishna himself is one. Both of them, they are one. Krishna, his name, fame, his quality, his paraphernalia, everything is one. His body, nothing changes. Whereas for us, everything changes, right? So sometimes, one may be mesmerized by a particular manifestation, which is like just a process of, energy and intention. Like through the process, the energy redirects and transforms. But that also is not permanent. For example, nowadays, we see there are lots of talking about global warming. This is a manifestation, global warming. And it's a theory, it's an abstract idea. It didn't exist 50 years ago. And it may get worse, or it may be completely eradicated. We never know about that, right? So there is no substance here. Another example is like a public demonstration of power and purpose. Like, for example, nowadays we see everywhere in the world workers are going on strike. Even here we see the strike is ongoing. So they are putting lots of efforts every morning, every day, going out on the work sites in the cold weather or the hot weather. They are manifesting their disagreement with the government. But soon the government will not take any action or very little action. And these people, they will have to go back to work as they have their family to take care of. They cannot stay at home all the time. So there is no substance. There will be no substance because whatever they did, that will be lost. Government is not taking care and they have to go back to their work, right? And then they will be disappointed. Similarly, the living entity is looking for substance. Where can they get attached to and live happily forever, right? So where is that substance? The key word substance is revealed by the spiritual master. The spiritual master, by his mercy, he is able to inspire others to depend on and to get attached to that real substance. That real substance is Satchitananda. The real substance is a personality. He is not matter or a lump or a big bang or whatever people call it. He is a person. Srila Prabhupada was asked a question once, can the truth be beautiful? And what he replied, he said, yes, the truth is very beautiful. He referred to the absolute truth. The absolute truth is very beautiful. He's blackish. He's Shyama Sundara. Sundara means very beautiful. So now we have found the substance on which we can completely get attached. That is Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah? But we know there are three kinds of forces that we are attached to, three kinds of desires which we are deeply ingrained in, which is, it's really, really deeply ingrained in everyone. So the first kind is desire toward the existence. Everybody wants to live happily. I want to live happily, and I want to remain young. My face should always be looking young, brilliant, with no wrinkles. My body should be always well built, looking very nice, etc. These are all existential desires that everybody have. Okay, throughout the day, we know people keep checking in the mirror, particularly the hair. The hair is the great thing that people are running after so many products nowadays just to keep the hair nice. So when the hair get gray, it's like a thunderbolt. Heat of the thunderbolt. Oh, my hair is getting gray. Now we'll run to salon, we'll dye and do this. So we see that there are a lot of strong emotion toward this existential desire. So we want to ensure that we remain the same. Nobody changes. And then what happened then? But it will change. No matter how much we do, whatever we do, it will change, right? Okay, another strong stream of desire is the direction of acquiring knowledge. Nobody wants to remain ignorant. Everyone wants to acquire knowledge. From pillar to post, everyone. Sometimes we see there are some parents who are traveling. They are like very qualified person. They have to travel from one place, from one country to another country, and they are dragging their poor children, changing the country, changing maybe the attires, the way of dressing, changing the position. Child is running off there. So the parents want their children also to get this knowledge, right? So they have to go on. So all the, we know there are, nowadays there are so many researchers like going on. We have Google, we have AI, we have Facebook, YouTube, and so all these channels, they are there. And people are always looking for informations. They want to get information. They want to know, and they want to understand. And for example, during COVID, everybody was always searching which variant is out now, how should we treat it, which medicine can we take, which vaccine is more powerful, so which one to take. All these, it was big question, and people were, keep searching. So also we see some people are always watching out what their heroine preference, what are they wearing, what are they up to, what are they doing, and all these are circulating on the media and on the social media, and people are taking pleasure to like, to share, thumb up, or make nice comments. But then after 30, 40 years, nobody is interested in them. Nobody wants to even see the picture. Why? Why? Because there's no substance there. So what happens? All those information, all those memories, they got stored in our subconsciousness, right? And this is a second stream of desire. And the final one is that everyone, of course, want to enjoy. Nobody want to stay behind. Everybody is seeking for enjoyment. So everybody is running for happiness only. Who want to be unhappy in this material world? No one. So these three strong tendencies of the living entities, if they are directed toward Krishna consciousness, that is a substance. Sometimes we don't understand what is the Sachidananda. Sachidananda, the eternal existence, full of knowledge, full of consciousness and bliss. That is a Sachidananda. These three strong forces, everybody possess them. Nobody has to develop them. Everybody, we analyze the existential pressures, the desires, the knowledge, the information, happiness. We are experiencing all of these pressures. Why don't we divert all these things toward Krishna? If instead of searching around, going around, looking for things that we know there's no substance, why don't we divert our mind and all these searches toward Krishna, right? Toward the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is a substance, and that information is revealed to us by the spiritual master. Otherwise, we don't know from where to get this information. So why does the substance need to be a person? Because I said Krishna, I said the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why does it need to be a person? Because for enjoyment through relationship, there must be two people. Simply one person cannot just sit and enjoy, right? Now, who is the other person then? That is Krishna. Now, some people may say, oh, that Krishna is a male and I am a male too. How can we enjoy? No, there are no male or female in this material world. Everybody, only Krishna is a male. That is another truth. That is, our spiritual master will explain that to us as well. Krishna is the only male, and we are all Prakriti, and Krishna is a Purusha. We are all predominated, and Krishna alone is an enjoyer. So there is a natural affection between Prakriti and Purusha. Natural, like attachment, we have the affection, but then they are, in this material world, they are temporary, for a short time only. It's not forever. If we have this relationship with Krishna, it will be forever. No matter we leave this material body now, and then we carry on in our subtle body, the love will be there. We know it will never finish. It will never end until we find our way to Golok Vrindavan, where Krishna resides, and we will be with him. That love will be there forever, right? So now sometimes a man can think that, okay, a woman can be the source of his stability, source of enjoyment, of happiness. That is, he's fallen into Maya. He doesn't understand. Similarly, we see that if a woman thinks that a man is the ultimate shelter, a source of livelihood, happiness, etc., she also is in Maya. There is no substance there. It's not reality. So our thinking should be grounded into the truth. And what is the truth? Again, that is revealed by the spiritual master. So we see that Vidura is saying, my dear son, I am obliged to you, right? He's obliged. Now that he has taken Maitreya Muni as his guru, he is confident that by serving his guru, Vidura will give up the false idea. Here, understanding is one thing, but we have to give up the attachment of the material world. How to do that? How can we give up that attachment? It is simply by taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, by serving his lotus feet. This is very crucial. We have to render service to him without duplicity. Again, duplicity, sometimes we think, okay, this is like we said about the water. The water is the name water and the substance water. They are two things, right? So then it will be possible for us to give up the attachment of the material world, because here our guru will guide us, our guru will teach us, our guru will show us the perfect way of life in this material world. So guru, here again, we need to know who we are taking as a guru. As I said, he should be in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So, and then we should clearly understand that there is no object, no substance in this material world which can give us happiness. That, you know, everybody has that in their mind. We have that in our mind, that we are looking for some nice thing in our mind. Mind is always concocting, I want this, I want that, I want to go here, I want to go there, but that we will do it for a short time and it will end. And where is the substance? Where is the happiness gone? Where's our young age gone? It's gone. It will never be there forever. So, but due to the association with the free modes of material nature, we know goodness, passion, and ignorance, we think that we are we can attain happiness through our hard labor. Sometimes we think, okay, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to accumulate money and my family will be happy, I'll be happy. But for how long again? So if we go to verse 11 of this chapter, we see that it says, Yatha jale chandramasaha kampadistat krito gunaha dristyati asanapi drastur atmano gunaha. The translation goes, as a moon reflected on water appears to the seer to tremble due to being associated with the quality of the water, so the self associated with the matter appears to be qualified as matter. So Srila Prabhupada explains very nicely in his purport about the analogy of the reflection of the moon on water. When the water moves, it appears as though the moon also is moving. Similarly, we, the living entities, we appear to be tainted by material qualities, such as illusion, lamentation, and miseries. All these comes and goes. Nobody stays happy forever, and nobody stays in miseries forever. They come and they go, right? But as devotees, we know that for the pure soul, such qualities do not exist. Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that it is very difficult for common men or neophyte who are on the transcendental path to realize or to experience it practically. Very difficult. In nearly all his lectures, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that we are not this body, we are the spirit souls. But how do we get such realization? How do we know this? We may take it as a word. Yes, everybody's talking, Srila Prabhupada is saying it. How do we get to the core of it? How do you understand it? Again, here, the same answer is by serving the lotus feet of the spiritual master and by constantly associating with him, that we can get that liberation from the material pangs, you know, material, we are in the clutches of Maya. Right? Now, when we get the information, when we are with a guru and the guru is giving us this knowledge, then we start thinking about it. We start like, okay, letting go of things that are not in our capacity, that we cannot deal with, we cannot hold on to all the time, right? So we see in the Nectar of Devotion, where Srila Rupa Goswami talks about the principles of devotional service, especially the application of the principles of devotional service. So from chapter 6, I think, verses 1 to 5, they are mainly, they are related to the principles, they are in the relation of the spiritual master. The title is How to Discharge Devotional Service. So, like first, accepting the shelter of the lotus feet of a bona fide spiritual master. Second, becoming initiated by the spiritual master and learning how to discharge devotional service for him. Third, obeying the orders of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. Fourth, following in the footsteps of the great acharyas, the great teachers, and the direction of the spiritual master. And fifth is inquiring from the spiritual master how to advance in Krishna consciousness. 6, being prepared to give up anything material for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, Lord Shri Krishna. That means that when we are engaged in devotional service of Krishna, we must be prepared to give up something that we may not like to give up. And also we have to accept something that we may not like to accept. For example, we can put the example of some people who like the Westerners, like when Srila Prabhupada went to America. Only thing people knew was eating meat and consuming alcohol. They had to give that up because if they become sincere followers of Srila Prabhupada, they had to give up. Some of them may not want to, but they had to give that up. And another thing is we may want to take something that we don't like. Many people don't like to wake up early in the morning. But in our Krishna conscious movement, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 Mangalarti. Like it or not, you have to take it. That is what we should accept when we accept a bona fide spiritual master. So also we see in Bhagavad Gita chapter 13, verse 8 to 12, the verses, they describe different kinds of knowledge. These are very, very essential qualities that we need so as to attain the transcendental path. All through Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada has laid emphasis on serving the spiritual master, because through the bona fide spiritual master, one can attain Krishna. Okay, we also see in Bhagavad Gita 4.34, it's a very, very famous verse. Krishna says, Tad vidi paripratena pariprasnena sevaya upadikshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Translation is, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So here, this is the mood of Vidura. He's convinced that Maitreya Muni can solve the problem of his life. He can offer guidance and give him directions so that for once and all, the problems of life are solved. When we reach the spiritual master's lotus feet, we get the experience. We can feel the changes. And, you know, it's really, really a big change, right? So Srila Prabhupada also talks about a dream in his purport. Actually, there are two kinds of dreams. One that we see at night, which is normal, natural thing that we see dreams. It can be sometimes, it can be horrific. And like he says in the dream, one's head is cut off. Of course, it is very, very terrifying at that time to have such a dream. But when we wake up, we are happy. Oh, it was just a dream. That is a night dream. But Srila Prabhupada also talks about the daydream, which is more challenging. And here Vidura is giving a way out. Grasp the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Daydream. All of us daydream. We daydream of having big education, big house, big family, very rich, possess this and that and that. And here, Vidura is saying, grasp the lotus feet of a spiritual master. He will make us forget all this. That is what Vidura is saying here. He will engage us in bhakti and gives us knowledge, not mundane academic knowledge. He will give us, engage us in the process of bhakti, because that is a sum and substance of the soul. Srila Prabhupada said that he hasn't come here to give us something new. He came here to revive what we already have. He did not only teach us that we are spirit souls, he also taught us that as spirit souls, what the spiritual soul do, what is the dharma of the soul. He directed us in our constitutional position. And what is that? In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 19, verse 170, it is mentioned, Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikesha rishikesha sevayam bhaktir yukchate. The translation is, bhakti or devotional service means engaging all the senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of all senses. Lord Krishna has a name, Rishikesha. That is, he is a master of all the senses. So when the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. Two side effects. First one is freed from all material designations. And the second one is one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada also said that when the individual starts distinguishing the difference between the material and spiritual platform, they can scientifically, not just sentimentally, choose Krishna consciousness. Theoretically, not logically. So not from the mind, but from realizing from the core of the heart. This process does not happen overnight, as we know. It takes time, but we should be patient. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter 25, verse 25, this famous verse tells us the process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and in devotional service. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kathaha tajoshanadasva pavargavartmani sraddharathir bhakti anukramishyati. I just recited this verse before. So in the association, the translation goes, in the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begins. We know Srila Prabhupada was a grihasta when he was given the task to propagate Krishna consciousness in the Western world. Srila Prabhupada thought that it was not possible. That was impossible for him at that time. He had a family, he had a business, and he was young. So he gave many reasons to his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But his spiritual master defeated all his arguments. And Srila Prabhupada accepted the defeat. And he accepted to propagate Lord Chaitanya's mission. But he was always debating, how do I do this? What to do? Where to begin? And then he kept the desire in his heart for long, maybe I think 35 years, something like that, he says. And then one day, Srila Prabhupada was reading Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary of Bhagavad Gita 2.41, where Krishna says, Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekehe kurunandana bahushakha hi anantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam. Translation is, those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and the aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many-branched. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said that the spiritual master's instructions are for the soul, and one should treat that seriously. It is for, one should take it for like that. This is my life's mission, right? So practically that verse, it propelled Srila Prabhupada, and whatever hesitation and doubts he had went away. And immediately he said, I have to do this. He said it. Then many things happened as soon as he was clear in his head. He had to go forward. He had to propagate this mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and keep the idea and the whatever his spiritual master told him. He started having many dreams. Many acharyas were coming into his dream. Srila Rupa Goswami gave him darshan in his dream and then told him to go for it. They blessed him. So he got the courage to go on a cargo ship to the unknown land at the age of 70. And where he did not know anyone, he didn't have any money. So now, as we know, he is being glorified around the world, right? So the process of bhakti has a potency to dissolve even the subtle elements, beginning with false ego. Everyone, we have false ego. We need to accept it. All of the other elements that are there, like lust, greed, anger, enviousness, jealousy, they are so subtle that we don't even know we have them. But they are in us. They are in us, right? So many are there. So we should pray to the Lord to please remove all the impressions that we have been carrying lifetime after lifetime, but not only from the previous lives, but from this very life itself. All these impressions are like a backpack that we keep carrying from one life to another. And then, for us devotees, association is a must. Be it in happiness or distress. We are sick, we are not sick, we are able to, but we have to attend. So my request to all of you today, to all of us today, let us all come together, learn together, and grow together spiritually. So thank you for listening. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So there we are. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for this wonderful session. Especially, I think it was directed for us who are going to be initiated soon. And you have thrown light on a lot of aspects. And the best part is that I'm listening this in the presence of an association of my Gurudev. So I feel truly blessed.
Oh, your Gurudev is there.
Yeah, he has
Hare
joined.
Krishna. Sorry,
Hare Krishna.
sorry, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please forgive me. I took the audacity to speak in front of you. I shouldn't be doing that. Hare Krishna.
I was enjoying every word that you
Hare
were speaking.
Krishna
Very
Prabhuji.
beautifully spoken.
Yeah,
Very
I
inspiring.
had Kritika in mind when I was talking, you know.
Yeah, surely. And before we started the class, we were talking about Gurudev, and then we started the class, and I don't know at which point he had joined, but I acknowledged his presence. But anyway, thank you so much, and I
Even on
truly
Tuesday, we
feel
were
very
talking about
blessed.
Guru Maharaj. You remember? On Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Prabhuji, please give your realization or correction. Please. I would like to hear something from you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. No, thank you for so beautifully highlighting and in such an uplifting way the essence of this verse. It's quite satisfying to the soul to hear, especially when we see someone like Vidura, who is one of the 12 Mahajans, the Yamaraj. So he's one of the 12 Mahajans. He's taking the role of a disciple, and then you can see, because he's taking that role, that this verse that we read, it marks a turning point in his own spiritual awakening. Although he's already fully realized, but the way he's presenting himself is like that. So he has a long series of profound inquiries. He's asking about the nature of the Lord, asking the nature of the jiva, of suffering. In the second verse of the chapter, he even asks about how is it possible that the jiva can be in this situation. It's quite interesting. But now, after hearing, he's experiencing actually. He's experiencing what he's thus far only questioned. See, after hearing the lucid answers from Maitreya Muni, so the cloud begins to lift, and his realization blossoms into something that's very sweet. It blossoms into humility, gratitude, and service. So from questioning, it moves to clarity. And now in this verse 18, he's confessing, but with gratitude. I can understand that this material manifestation, although appearing real, is without substance. And by serving lotus feet, I shall be able to give up this false idea. That's the main point there. So it's not a dry intellectual detachment of the impersonalists. This is a bhakti jnana. This is knowledge that's infused with devotion. It says the Vidura's vision is shifted. The world is the same. His vision is shifted. The apparent solidity of the material realm melts before the light of spiritual understanding. So this idea is false. It's not about the world itself, but the misidentification of the self as part of this world. And only when we serve, our spiritual masters, and when we get the opportunity to serve them, like I got a chance to serve my spiritual master, and he got a chance to serve his spiritual master, and like that, then we can truly begin to awaken from the dream. And then you mentioned, Prabhupada says, the cutting off one's head in a dream. It's quite a graphic example. But what this verse does is challenging us to refine our own sense of reality. Even when we are fully engaged in the world, we have family, we have service, leadership, whatever we're doing, even while we are fully engaged in the world, we can remember that none of these superficial things ultimately ours or is real in itself. The only reality is seva to the lotus feet of Krishna and his representatives. So the degree we serve with humility and gratitude, the dreamlike attachments begin to lose their grip. We feel that happen. The grip loosens, things become clearer, and we begin to live even here in the awakened state of liberation. We begin to live in the liberation state, even while we're still here. Like you mentioned, Mataji, you quoted that verse, Sarvapadi vinirmuktam tatparatana nilmaram. That's the definition of bhakti. Bhaktir uchyate. Uchyate means this is called bhakti. To give up the designations, I'm this body, I'm this thing, that thing. And tatparatana nilmaram, once we are free from that nirmal, then rishikena rishikesha sevanam. Then we serve. Serve means we do something substantial, something with our intelligence, something meaningful to please Krishna. The senses of the Lord. And that's bhakti. And then this grip of these delusions and illusions starts falling away. And that seems to be the essence of this verse that he so beautifully said. That he's saying, but my dear sir, I'm obliged to you because now I can understand that this material manifestation is without substance, although it appears real. I'm confident that as serving your feet, it'll be possible for me to give up the false idea. And so Vidura is so beautifully explained his realizations. It's very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Babuji. Thank you for explaining nicely. Hare Krishna. You know, it's a very nice verse, and the more we go deeper, we can keep talking, right? What is happening in this world with us, with ourselves, with our family members around us? So this is what naturally is happening, and how can we help others to come out of the delusion? This is the greatest challenge that we have, even with our own family members. Sometimes they may think, okay, what are we talking about? But unless they get the knowledge themselves, it will be difficult to understand. Thank you so much.
Not even with the family members, especially with the family members.
Yes. You're right.
Non-family members is easier. The family members is a bigger challenge, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gurudev, for that input. Are there any other questions or comments from the group? I know we have just 3 minutes. I just wanted to give a comment. When you started and when you asked what the substance was, I was listening. I was a part of how to get global peace in Africa. And one of the lecturers in that series, she was talking, and behind there was a screen, like how you have the beautiful screen of the Canadian mountains over there.
Yes, that is us.
And Gurudev has Radha Vrindavan,
Kusum
where
Sarovar.
Kusum Sarovar, where the pastimes of Lord Krishna happened. So she had the screen that was moving. So it was waves. So it was Mombasa. It's a coastal region, and the waves were going on behind her. She was not in Mombasa at all. It was just a screensaver behind. And
Like
I
this
was just
one,
thinking,
like this one here.
yeah, exactly like this. And I want it for myself because it really drove the point home for me. Because I mean, this is real actually, but it's not real. It's not substance, because Gurudev is not sitting in Mombasa.
Yeah, I
and there
can't
is
turn
no
around and ask for a madafu. There's no madafu over here.
Yeah. So, and he's not enjoying the breeze. So this is what we are. This is the material world behind us. And it just, the penny dropped at that time when she was talking of global peace and everything. There was much more in her session. But when you spoke about the substance, I remembered it. So thank you so much for the clarity that you gave. I think this is one of your best lectures, especially for me, and I'm preparing for a lecture as well. on Bhagavad Gita, and I'm going to quote a lot of things that you have said. So it might be a repetition for people who will be listening to it.
It doesn't matter as long as I can hear you. I would like to hear that, you know. But
I will
you
send-
have to tell me which day, because I'm free only on Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday morning sometime. Otherwise, yeah.
We can send you the recorded message, recorded
No,
session.
I would like to be live there to ask you questions.
Okay.
Challenging questions.
Oh,
Put
I'd
you on the
love you
spot.
to be there as well.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah. There'll be many more people over there to put me on the spot, but yes, please join that group. Okay, thank you so much. I think we've exhausted our time, and unless there is any burning question or contribution, I'd like to end the session. Yes, Gurudev, you have.
And I want to thank you for a wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Okay, Eastern Prabhu, can you please end the session for today? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful class today. It was so informative for people who have not yet taken initiation and are aspiring someday to take initiation. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of His Grace Mahadan Gopal Das Prabhuji for the appearance today. At least we took his darshan today. And also I would like to appreciate each and every devotee who attended this lecture. With that, I would like to invite each and every one of us to unmute and chant one round of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the glorification of Her Grace Indulekha Mataji for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Manchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
Grantaraj Madhbhagavatam ki jai, and in the Koti
Jai.
Vaishnavinda ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Gurudev ki
Jai.
jai, Eldoret Yatra ki jai, all of you ki
Jai.
jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Indulekha Mataji ki
Jai.
jai.
All of you
Jai.
ki jai. All of you ki
Jai.
jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
for a wonderful session. Hare Krishna.